if you're out there struggling, you're like, bro, like, fuck books, man. I'm so ADHD. Like, I can read a whole page and not even know what it said. Me fucking too, bro. But I had to teach myself that that's a fucking excuse, and I had to keep going. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Return on Investment MF channel. It's your host, Zack ROI Williams. And this is the information your haters don't want you to hear about. Becoming the most badass version of yourself in business. What's up, guys? My name is Zack ROI Williams, and today we're going to be talking about setting yourself up for success. Now, currently, I am an entrepreneur. I also have worked for the man as well. So I am going to talk a little bit about both because, honestly, everyone's out there that is, aspiring entrepreneurs or current entrepreneurs. And some people don't even like the word entrepreneurs because, it's such a negative stigma now because everyone just wants to put it in their fucking Instagram bio. But I am an entrepreneur. I own a business. I own multiple businesses, or at least portions of multiple businesses. I come from corporate America. That's where 13 of my 15 current years of experience comes from. So I understand a little bit about. Now, what we're going to get to in the nuts and bolts of how some of this transition from, corporate America to, being my own boss was I had to learn that, simple adjustments make massive change once you start looking at applying it to every aspect of your life. But not only that, just expanding it out for years, 2 years, 3 years, so on and so forth. So, and you'll hear me reference the book Atomic Habits. I just started reading this, so I'm literally only 2 days into it, and I've already recommended it to multiple people. If you were to ask me currently, out of all the books that I've read, which I am still relatively new at reading books, which is one of the habits that I have applied to myself to set myself up for success. But I honestly think 2 days into reading this, that the first two books that anyone should read is The Law of Attraction as well as Atomic Habits. Those two books in your arsenal, you'll be fucking deadly. Now, there's other books that we'll get into that I am reading thanks to, I completed 75 Hard. Shout out Andy Frisella. And that's what made me be a reader, guys. And I'm saying this, I told y'all, I'm going to be real as fuck on this channel. And I want you guys to know that, if you're out there struggling, you're like, bro, fuck books, man. I'm so ADHD. I can read a whole page and not even know what it said. Me fucking too, bro. But I had to teach myself that that's a fucking excuse, and I had to keep going. So I started reading in 75 Hard. Mind you, in my entire life, told you I'm going to be real. In my entire life, I have only ever read one single book in my entire life prior to starting 75 Hard. And that was Behind Enemy Lines. And I'm talking front, start to finish. Everything else in school, I just bullshitted my way all the way through it, cliff notes it, whatever, made the fucking shit up. I passed, whatever. I didn't go to school to work for someone for the rest of my life. I knew that I was destined to be an entrepreneur, to start my own business, that I wasn't going to be limited by someone else. Anyways, tangent. 75 Hard led me to start reading, fall in love with reading, fall in love with the person that I became from reading. And 2 days into Atomic Habits, and you've got to read it if you haven't. So anyways, I want to kind of go back to corporate America. I kind of talked about that. And really this story is really a basis of where I am today and the mindset. So I've been in marketing and sales for as long as I can remember, 15 years. My entire adult life and even, through college was marketing and sales. And it's just a beautiful part of my life. I love what I do. But for the majority of that time, I was just kind of went with the wind, or whatever it was, whatever the task was. I just kind of did what I could just to make sure I checked it off and kept my bosses off my ass, shit like that. And, you always get the pep talks from, an owner or a manager or whatever the case. And they're really trying to get you to apply yourself. And it wasn't until I was sitting down with one of my managers one time, and we just started talking about, effort and closes and, what it took to actually close deals. and we were going over me making my phone calls. And, you know, I did good. I was, you know, I was like, you know, in the mid-level, like top to mid-level. I was one of their top 3 performers and producers. But like even that, like I was just doing my check marks. Like I forgot how many calls and how many contacts and how many touches and whatever you had to have per day, per week, per month. Well, I hit them all. And that was pretty much fucking it. I just hit them. Those guidelines, like, little did I know that those are like literally just like bare minimums. Now, granted, everyone else just did the minimum to get by, not to get fired or collect a paycheck, whatever the fuck it was. But after this one conversation, I can't tell you why. I don't know how, but it was just like a light bulb went off and a light switch flipped in me. When I came back to work that next day, I'm not making this shit up. I can produce numbers for you guys. That next day, I tripled my calls, tripled my touches, tripled my contacts. I tripled all my outreach. I tripled fucking everything. My mindset switched that day, knowing that if I was going to take time, because that's what it was, guys. Let's be honest. If you're just out there just fucking checking marks, you know, you're taking your time. You're being lazy as fuck. You're doing the bare minimum, dragging ass, half-ass checking emails, half-ass having conversations just so you can check your marks off. I realized that every time that I left my wife and my daughter, when I was stealing time away from them just to go be a half-ass motherfucker, bro, they don't fucking deserve that. I don't deserve it. I am better than that. I know that. Like, I am worth so much fucking more. And y'all heard me talk about burnout. And, you know, I'm not, fuck your excuses, right? Like, I'm not over here saying, like, you know, I deserve to be, like, a lazy motherfucker, you know, but I want to relate with you. That corporate burnout, it'll get to you. And that's where I was, bare minimum Zack, right here. But I was also getting bare minimum fucking results, bare minimum fucking paychecks. So I'm looking my wife and my daughter in the eyes every day I come home, and I got to be the motherfucker to tell them that I half-assed it today. I had to spend time away from you. I stole time from you, and I half-assed it, babe. I know Daddy was away for a while, but I just fucking did whatever I wanted. And that was gut-wrenching. That hit me like a pile of bricks. I was like, not me. I'm not going to be that motherfucker. So I realized every time I spent time away from them, 120%, 140%, 160%, I was going to be the best motherfucker I could be because I was taking time away from them. So I was going to make the most out of it. So I tripled my fucking numbers the next day. This is like cold turkey shit, man. Like, we had one conversation, light switch went off. I came in, tripled my numbers. Next day, tripled my numbers. Next day, tripled my numbers. Triple. Guess fucking what? My results, literally almost to the fucking number, tripled. Like, what the fuck, man? Tripled my income on one conversation. Now, granted, I've heard that same fucking conversation for years from other managers, from other owners. Everyone wants you to be a better producer. I don't give a shit how much. Since that conversation, and you'll hear, I've been the top performer by margins at everywhere else that I went to because of that conversation and because of that. And it's never good enough. Like, you're always going to have people, they'll hype you up. Oh, good job. Yeah, because you're making them fucking rich. But they are going to constantly stay on you to produce better, to produce more, to, bring in more revenue, to bring in more clients, close more deals. So it's never good enough. But for me, I realized that my time is valuable because I'm taking it away from my family. I'm taking it away from my hobbies. I'm taking it away from my friends, taking it away from my freedom. So I better make the motherfucking most of it. And guess what, guys? Like, that didn't start with me in being my own boss. That started in corporate America. I had to learn that shit the fucking hard way. I had to learn to be a bad motherfucker working for someone else so I could make the money to get the fuck away. This was the end goal. Being my own boss, being an entrepreneur, owning multiple businesses was the end goal. Well, not the end goal, obviously. This is where I was getting to. Now, obviously, I have new dreams, new aspirations, new goals. So we're working towards that. But you know what I mean. I was working for someone else. The goal was to get the fuck out of there, stop making someone else rich. Because, hey, like I said, I did what I had to do to get through high school, get through college. But I know math when there's a dollar sign attached to it, and I know how much money I'm making them and how much money they're paying me. I know what the difference is. I wanted that fucking difference. So I did something about it, tripled my fucking numbers. So I left corporate America to work for myself. But those foundational lessons that I had to learn, everything happens for a reason. I had to learn that before I had the fucking right to start my own business. So I took those, and that was the foundation that I started building on. Well, then now being an entrepreneur, I had responsibilities, bro. Like, it wasn't just my mouth that didn't get fed if daddy didn't bring home some money. My wife, my daughter. 2 months after starting my business, hired my first employee. The next month after that, we hired 5. And so on, and we started going crazy with hiring because I wanted to scale this into something that I knew it could be. And it's every part about like why we're at where we're at. But in order to be able to sustain my mouth being fed, my wife, my daughters, my employees' children, talk about like stress and anxiety, I had to figure out how to set the foundation solid now to prepare to build and to continue building to be able to produce a successful business. So year 1 goes good, but I knew that there was something else I could do. Now, again, I was tripling my effort to triple my results. So I realized like I was having a hard time finding out where there was areas that I could do better in. You know, if someone had sat there and asked me like, you know, did you give it your all, or did you commit to everything, or did you, you know, make sure that you left it all on the table? I'd say yes. Like there was nothing else I could do. So I had to start looking at my time. How is my time being pulled away from me? So I was already waking up at 6 a.m. to start work before my phone started going off in the morning. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just wake up an hour extra. You know, there's so much that I can get done in an hour, especially when it's prior to 9 a.m. and everyone else decides it's time to start waking up and getting to work. Emails start going off, social media notifications start going off, phone starts ringing, text messages come through. So I was like, fuck it, bro. I'm going to wake up an extra hour early so I can start giving even more effort. And that started producing like an animal inside of me to see what other habits can I start changing, you know, to really blow this up into something that over time is going to put me years ahead of where I should be if I just kept maintaining the, you know, good boy effort. So definitely I want you to check out Atomic Habits. Like I said, I'm only 2 days into it, and it speaks heavily on this. As soon as I started reading it, I was like, this is in line with exactly what I've done over the last year, but also what I'm trying to learn to start seeing. And that's another thing is like, I have to realize that there are parts of me that you don't know what you don't know until you know it. So even though that I knew I was finding things to like improve or to do better, I didn't know exactly the science behind it and the strategy and why that was so detrimental to being successful until I started reading this book and realizing that 1% a day difference adds up to being astronomical results, especially when you start multiplying it by a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. So I know that we're talking a lot about, you know, what to do to be successful. And, you know, in one of my last episodes, I talked about the power list from Andy Frisella, talking about your critical task, writing down your critical task. This is absolutely the most important thing that you can do is being able to write down a task that is, and I will add that one of those critical tasks, especially if you're in a business owner, I don't care, you know, if you're selling products or you're selling services, one of those critical tasks every day needs to be lead generation. And one of those tasks every day needs to be profit producing. Lead generation, some would argue, is, you know, profit producing, but I'm talking about you finding someone that you can talk to that you know that you can get some money out of, whether it's a current client that you can upsell them or it's a potential hot lead that's been on the fence. Find a strategic way to make them a deal that works for you and for them. Make some fucking money right now. And again, lead generation. And, you'll be able to pick up on what the other, critical tasks you need to do within your own organization to make you successful. But 100% critical tasks, absolutely have to do. Forming good habits, absolutely have to do. This is the foundation of achieving your goals. We talk all the time about set goals, set goals, set goals, set goals. Set goals don't do fucking shit if you don't do anything about it, okay? I've shared my mindset maps, and all this online. Like I said, I'm real as fuck, guys. I tell y'all how it is. I tell you where I am. There's no faking this shit. There's no fake guru shit here. I am being 100% honest. And either you're going to get something out of what I'm saying or you're not. And I'm cool with it fucking either way, because all I'm doing is trying to help as many people as I can. And there's one person that's watching this right fucking now that this is going to help. Now, what I'm talking about is not like earth shattering. This is nothing that's new. This is not something that you haven't already heard. But if this is the precise moment that you had to fucking hear it to get a fire under your ass and fucking go do it, I'm fucking happy. I put time into this. I put money into this. And I'm doing this so that one person out there is going to see this and be like, this motherfucker's right. That one conversation that I said that I had, that the next fucking day or that night a light switch went off, let this be that for you. Like I said, I've had that conversation with every other manager or owner that I've ever worked for. Everyone wants to make you more money or wants you to make them more money. I'm trying to help you make you more money. Okay? So get your shit together. Get the power list. Read The Law of Attraction. Read that. Read Atomic Habits. Start doing something today to increase your opportunity for success in the future. Now is the time, okay? So, man, I fucking hope this helps. I really do, guys. Like, I don't know if you understand the level of joy and excitement that I get from watching other people's, success. I have had people take me under their wing and are a massive contribution to where I am today, okay? I would be the worst person in the world to take that information, to take that knowledge and put a dam up and keep that flow of, knowledge from trickling down to whoever that this needs to go to. So, and like I said earlier, they are a detrimental part of that is the people that took me under the wing. But it wasn't just them taking me under the wing. I had to fucking do the work, guys. And so do you. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps you sets you up for success. Find one thing that you can do to be 1% better every fucking day and fucking do it. And then I want you to set up your power list. I want you to start reading. I want you to start finding little pieces of your life that you could do better. And in a year from now, you're going to look back and you're not even going to recognize who you are. So I hope this helps. Take this information, consume it. If you got something out of this, please share it. And guys, let me know how I did. I'd love to hear your feedback on this. So tag me, share this, shout me out, whatever you need to do to get my attention. I want to see what you thought. I want to see what I could do better. How could I better help you? And again, if you know anyone that you think this could help, please tag them because they deserve to see it if you honestly think that this can help them out. My name is Zack ROI Williams, and I'll talk to y'all soon. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you got anything out of it, but are still kind of curious on where to start, please check out my free ebook, roiebook.com. It will take you from exactly where you're at right now and give you some of the answers you're looking for. Check you out on the next video.